Hi. Oh, whoa. I mean, wow. This book has been great, amazing. Just couldn't believe what I was reading. There's so many twists and plot evolutions that I wasn't even expecting. And yeah, I mean, this book is amazing. As you can see, it's The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart, and I have to say that I completely love this book. It's going to have a multi-narrator thing, and we're going to have like 5 different characters. We are going to find two of them who speak in first person, who are Lynn. She is the Empress daughter, the Emperor daughter, sorry, and then we are going to have Joby, who is a smuggler, and also we are going to find another character that's called Sand, and she is sort of living on an island. And then we are going to have 2 characters who are in the same place, and they are Falu and Romani, and both of them are together in a relationship, but there is a something between them in this relationship, and it's that Falu is the governor's daughter, and Romani comes from the poorer part of the city. So, what is this book about? It's about incredible things. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. We are going to be following all these characters, and at the beginning, we are going to be constructing this new world building. There's this cool map at the beginning, and yeah, the author did an amazing job of introducing us to this world that she has created, because when we began reading, all the different characters are giving you info and background, and I don't know how she did it, but when I had read, like, I don't know, maybe the first part of the book, I already knew how the world worked and where everyone stood, and it all made sense. And there is no info dumps, and there is no one lecturing you about how the world works. It's very natural done. It's very, you're reading and you're observing and you are recreating this world in your mind, and it's amazing. We are going to find, as I said, there is 5 main characters in this book. We are going to be following Lynn for one. She is, as I said, the Emperor daughter, and she is going to be living in the palace, and she's going to be in this kind of competition with a guy called Bayan. He is the foster son of the emperor, and what the emperor is doing is, from the very beginning of the book, he's always asking questions about Lynn's past. It looks like Lynn fell ill and she lost her memory. It happened when Bayan came to live in the palace. He brought this illness with himself, and he recovered and also recovered part of his memories, but Lynn didn't. So it seems kind of unfair when the emperor keeps asking her questions about her past, and she keeps struggling because she wants to be recognized by her father, and she wants to be able to be the emperor, because she begins to see how her father isn't exactly what the world needs, because he's always hiding inside the palace. He's always tinkering with constructs. Constructs are this amazing part of this world. It seems like the Imperial line has the ability of constructing these constructs with bone shards that they write the instructions in the bone shards and put them inside the body of the construct, and the construct is able to obey orders. And there are different kinds of constructs. You have more basic ones with very, like one order to just spy that person or just protect me or whatever. And there's like more complicated constructs that have some sort of will of their own, and the emperor has like 4 main constructs: one for war, another for spies, another for commerce and all those things. So it's amazing. And yeah, I'm not going to explain much of the book, and it's going to be spoiler free, but so you get situated. And as I was saying, Lynn is seeing that she has to be the one to be the next empress, because she doesn't think that her dad is being fair with everyone. And as I say, he's always inside the castle and it's doing kind of experiments with the constructs and whatnot. So she feels like she's the better option. And at the beginning of the book, we see her sort of entitled. She doesn't stop to question, then maybe she's closer to her father than she thinks. And I love how during the book she begins to discover things, and she begins to see that maybe she has to be her own person, and she has to, begin to mark the differences. If she wants to be the difference in the world, she has to begin with herself and what she's doing and not doing and all of that. And I love the progression this character has and how she comes to realize things around her. And we're also going to find Joby. I love him. I mean, he's so amazing. At the beginning of the book, he's looking for someone. He's looking for his wife. Like 7 years ago, someone came and took her away, and he has devoted all his life to find her and bring her back, because he feels like he has to protect her and he has to, to save her. And things happen, and suddenly he's saving this kid from something called trepanation. And as I say, I spoke about the constructs that the Imperator has, and they are powered by shards of bone that are taken from this place. And these shards of bone are, as I say, written instructions on them, and they are placed inside the constructs. And when that happens, the person who has provided the shard begins to feel ill, and then finally they die before their time. So he is asked to save this kid, and he doesn't want to, but there is something about his past that, he's like, I don't want to, but I feel like I have to. And then he goes and saves the kid, and something horrible happens. There is this island that goes underwater and everyone dies, and he's seeing all these animals who are trying to scamper away, swimming on the sea, and he sees this kitten-like creature and he saves it. And it's going to be amazing, because that creature is going to be called Mephi, and he's going to be an amazing character, and I love him. He's this sort of animal companion, and I love the relationship Joby and Mephi have, and I love how they complement each other. Also, how having Mephi around begins to to change Joby. He opens his heart to this animal, and opening his heart to this animal means that he kind of opens himself to the world. He begins caring again for something else, not just his wife, but the people around him, this animal that he has to take care of. And he strives to be a better person. He always wanted to be the person his wife not expected him to be, but the person he knew he could be when he was with her. And now that he has Mephi around, he wants to be a better person for Mephi too. And I love this relationship between human and animal, because I think that fur babies, pets, are amazing in making us better people than we will be without them. So I love the relationship they have, and also there is more things going on between them, because it's like they have this bond, and it looks like Mephi can talk, and there is like, what is Mephi exactly? Because it seems like he has some kind of powers. No. I love that. And also I love this evolution that Joby has. He wanted to recover his wife, and I love how he began to put more things into his life. It's not that he has stopped loving his wife, he still loves her. And I love how the author has presented this duality of, I still love her, I still want to save her, but I also want to leave the world a better place than I found it. And I love how he, begins to change and to try to, to help or just be better than he was. And also we have this couple. I love that we also have this representation of two girls loving each other. And we have Falou, who, as I say, is the governor's daughter. And we have Romani, who comes from a poorer street. And the thing is, they love each other, but there is this big boundary between them. Romani tries to tell Falou that there is need to be some change, because there is people who are overworked, underpaid, underfed, and Falou thinks that she's doing everything she can. She comes from this place of privilege, and when she goes out of to the city, she gives money and tries to help in some ways. But it's like this old thing that says, if you give fish to a person, you feed them one day. If you teach them how to fish, they can work for themselves. And here's the thing, Falou thinks of herself as the hero, because she's doing things, she's helping, okay, she's doing what she can. But Romani is always asking more from her. She's always pushing her. She's always saying, you are not seeing things as they are. You have this cloud of privilege before you. And I have to say, this part of the book makes for some uncomfortable truth. For, because sometimes you think you're doing enough, but you have this other person that's pushing you, and you think, okay, I'm doing enough, just back off. And you need to take off your lenses and look at the world as this other person is telling you it is. Just put prejudices or preconceptions aside and see the world for what it really is. And I love the relationship both of them have, because both of them are in the right and both of them are in the wrong, because they do things that maybe aren't right, but they keep on evolving. And I love the relationship they have, because they love each other and they want to be together, but they have this precipice between them. And yeah, I love it. And there is also some group called the Childless Few. They are trying to help the kids before they get to the deprivation, and they want to overthrow the regime. And Ramani finds herself falling in with this bunch of people, and she wants to change the world. And I love that, and I love that she's trying to do things, but she's also thinking about Falu and the things that she's asking her to do. And yeah, I love how the relationship evolves. And then we have this other character called San, and she is living on an island, and she feels like she has to... It's like they're like automatons in the way that they wake up, and all of them in that island go to do the chores, and she has to pick, a basket full of mangoes, and it has to be a basket full. And there's another person who has to fish like a handful of fish, and it has, it's like they have this thing program inside their minds. And there is this moment in which Sand falls off a tree, and she sort of awakens and begins to remember that she has always believed that she has always been on that island, and that she has always done that thing about the mangoes basket and all of that. But suddenly it seems like the fall has, cleared her mind, and she begins to see, okay, I hadn't been always here. She begins to have memories of, I don't know, a previous life, something, I don't know, dreams, what the hell. And then the fog in her head begins to clear, and she wants to know how everyone on that island came to be on that island, who brought them there, why, and and it's amazing. And I'm not going to tell much more about the characters or the plot, because I have to say it's amazing, all the things that you have inside this book. The narrative, the plot, the story, it's amazing. I just couldn't put it down. It's almost 500 pages. I devoted it in like 1 day, 2 days, and it's amazing how all the characters are so fully fleshed out, how they all have their fears and their expectations. And for instance, Joby saw this island sinking, and he has like this stress, this post-traumatic stress about it. And I love how Ling wants to prove herself to his father. She thinks that she's going to be complete once her father loves her, and I love how she begins to see that she is complete as she is, that she accepts herself. I love the relationship between these two main characters who know that they have this precipice between them, and how they are disposed to change for the other one, and how Falu is striving to try to see the world from other people's point of view, how she is willing to risk everything just to, to put prejudices and ideas out of her mind and just open her eyes and see the world as it is, not, not as someone who's playing to have everything under control and, all that. And San offers for a very interesting point of view about what the hell is going on with these people, why are they forgetting things or remembering things, and why they are on that island. I have to say, I love lots of things about this book. It's amazing, and that ending, I need the second one. This is a series, as you can see. The cover is amazing, the spine is superb. I love this one. Do yourself a favor and pick this one, because it's amazing. You're going to find amazing characters, amazing storytelling, and incredible world building. I have never seen anything like that. The construct idea, the bone shots, it's all amazing. It's yeah, I have no words. And also all the inclusion, all the representation, it's amazing. So pick this one up. Thank you for watching. Bye.